Hello guys, my name is JP. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We're still in version 0.22, but today I'm going to do something more along the lines of a tutorial. I had a request from a regular viewer, and the mod of my live streams usually, for a kind of a build tutorial on my Orion engine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for him. So today I am rebuilding the Orion engine from scratch in the new version just to show you how to do. It has to be able to stay in its own orbit without being considered debris, so I use a remote guidance unit, the large one. I will also need quite a bit of various things. I'm deciding on what to do here. I will go ahead and stick an SAS on it. Just in case. Well, it shouldn't ever run out of RCS fuel because use a 750 and it lasts pretty much forever. But you'll see that's actually not enough. I'll have to stick 2 on the sides of it. Let's see. I've decided to go ahead and start using a big one here in the middle. So this is also a slight redesign of the Orion engine. Kind of a heavier version of it. Because I had problems with the original version a bit, where it would run out of fuel and such. I know you'd think with this gigantic freaking thing it would never run out of fuel, but it does sometimes. Also, there was a matter of the design was a little wonky, and it didn't allow for proper RCS placement. So I'm trying to fix that this time too. It's very inappropriate looking. Clampotron Senior on the top, just like that. Now you may want to add Illuminator Mark 1s. Only, probably just a couple of them really. The only thing is that the beam is very narrow, so I'm just going to go ahead and use 4. Just to make sure of things. Like that, when you're backing up to it, you'll always have light coming up, backing up to it, which is important. If you can't see what you're doing, you're not going to get very far with it. I'm going to go ahead and stick RCS on the side, just like I said, because when it's docked, there's always a slight wobble, even with the SAS on, between the two ships. So you're going to need a lot of RCS. I'll stick this here, and these here. Alright, and then you use the newer parts. You may want to think to automatically add 4 here. But the problem with that is, the closer together that many of them are, the more heat they'll cause, and they actually have a chance of exploding. Plus, like this, with the with just the bi one, the bi adapter, you'll have extra space to be able to dock, because it's actually a little bit difficult to dock with this thing. But once you get good at docking, it's pretty simple. So like that, we already have 4. And the next step is to take this. You can probably add 3 of these on the outside. So I'm going to try today. So like I said, is a slightly improved redesign of this thing. So this one will be a 6. This one will be a, what is it, 10 engine? Yeah, that should do. That should be plenty. 10 engines at 60 power, because this time I'm going to use the atomic rockets. That was what I intended to use originally for it. The problem being that I had a mod on my atomic engine that affected the stock one too. Like, as soon as I fired it up, it would blow out. So we'll just leave those. We'll leave those on there, because this is what it was meant to have to begin with. Alright, now for the special parts, we want just one of these. I do base this on the ability to have hyperdrive, in case you're wondering. This thing should not be able to get into space under its own power, I don't believe. Not with atomic rockets. Now for the back one, you have to remember to flip it so it's facing down. Just A or D twice, or just any button twice, really. So it's like that. Also remember to put power generation. I like the simplicity of just using 4 of these, the RTGs. Keeps matters simple. You don't have to worry about running out of power. You don't have to worry about having a battery. Although, for the new version, we'll go ahead and add a battery, a 4K. Yeah, this will be the redesigned version for 0.22. So these won't serve any purpose, obviously, this being sandbox mode, but we'll have them on there anyways. We'll go ahead and add the high gain antenna too. I can't ever remember if I have this thing upside down or not. I'll test it when I get on the thing and I'll flip it over. You get the idea. Alrighty, now what the tricky part is the fuel ducts. You want everything to come off of the big one. You usually only need the 2, so just like that. Comes down to here. And these come down to here however you like. I like doing them kind of symmetrically. This is slightly off, but it should be fine. Because it's still a symmetrical ship, it's balanced. Just like that. And I'll actually move this to out here. And then add a fuel duct on top to go in that one. Just like that. Don't forget to add reverse lights. These are mostly for docking on the rear part of it, which is a key feature of this thing. Like, most of the point of this vessel is to be able to dock on both ends and both be able to have a command module attached to the top and still be able to dock for fuel and resources on the back. You can also tow most large structures with this thing fairly easily because of the clearance it has on it. So if you say if you were going to do it legit and needed to tow a space station out to somewhere, this would probably be the easiest way to do it, really. So let's add 2 lights, 2 of the regular ones. Point them in, hold shift, and press W a few times just so they're pointing inward. Just so the ship itself is lit up. So you can see what you're doing. Like if you need to click on things, like this thing, or if you have parts or you need EVA, you'll still have light on the ship so you can see what you're doing. It's also up to you whether or not you want to add these little external Pegasus mobility ladders along the outside of the ship from top to bottom on one side, so that if you have something docked on both ends that takes Kerbals, you can transfer them across easily without having to go full on through space EVA. Alrighty, let's see. One thing you may notice is that I don't put a lot of docking ports on this thing. It's just the two. This is supposed to be a space engine, not a space station, meaning you don't want multiple things docked with this. It's kind of keep it simple. Alright, one of the other things you need to do is add strut connectors. That's not really where I wanted it, but that's fine, I suppose. Just anywhere you think it seems a little weak. Although, as always, try to keep it symmetrical for the sake of thrust balance. Oh, that's not right. That's backwards. Because if thrust is too off balance when you're firing up in space, it can actually put a lot of strain on the parts. Just like that. If you do it 2, you're going to have to do it multiple times, because I like to do them off the outside parts like that. If I need to take it off, I can put it back on very easily. See, if you do it 2, you're going to do it twice. Once for the fronts, one for the back. Same thing with these. Although these don't need so much support, they just really need the one on each side. Mostly so they don't wobble too much. Just go ahead and do this all the way across. Actually, this is space strong. I just realized that. I'll fix that in a second. This needs to be one locked spot out like this. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and fix these a little. I don't like the placement. Right there's good. Notice that they're not directly lined up like on a 90-degree angle with the other engines. That's so that the 4 of them aren't completely lined up to try to avoid overheating. That's a little wonky. There to there. That's better. And then same over here again with the struts. One thing you'll have to remember with the space engine, the Orion space engine here, is that the staging will be completely thrown off every time you dock to it. You'll really, really have to keep an eye on the staging when you connect, because you might be firing the wrong engines. Because I know I've had that problem a couple times. You just kind of have to keep your eye on it. Alrighty, now comes the simple part. I'll only use 4 of these. That's as much as it takes to get it up so that I can hyper jump. See, I'll do this first and then just copy it. Just the regular small solid fuel boosters. Just like that. Take the part, hold Alt, click on it, copy it, and then try your best to line it up properly. Close enough. Be fine. Alright, everything's staged right for the most part. And then always be sure to add stability enhancers to a ship this size. And simple as that, you have the Orion space engine. This is a... I don't want to say slightly less powerful, but it's a more efficient design of it. This one should last quite some time up in space. It's got plenty of fuel, especially for this many nuclear engines. It's got proper RCS, it's got proper power generation, it has a way to get up and down. Oh, see? I messed up. You gotta watch for these things. When I copied the parts, when I copied the whole side part, it's removed. It removed the hyperjump engine. Another thing you'll have to remember is that when you're using the hyperjump engine, assuming you're using a hyperjump command module too to get to it, you'll have to back up quite a way away. You'll have to back up quite a distance away from the Orion space engine to be able to hyperjump away from it. Because up to a certain point, I think it actually still counts it. The parts will still pick up as part of the same ship. And it can cause problems. Alright, but there you have it. This is the Orion space engine. It's a very nice reusable design. Once you get the hang of it, you can very easily dock with it. Once you get the hang of it, docking with it is pretty easy, especially with the newer design with the extra space in the back. It's a very fuel efficient design, at least as far as once you're in space, obviously. So now, also with the new abilities of .22, you can take this whole thing, click it, pick it up, drop it as a sub-assembly. Well, it has to be attachable, but you know what I mean. This doesn't count as an attachable part. This counts as an entire ship. It has to be something that can just snap to a position. But yeah, there's the Orion module, so let's go ahead and save it. I don't believe I have a... I don't have a thing in orbit yet with hyperjump. So I can't show you how to test it, but we'll just send it up as kind of a... You'll get the gist of it. SAS, RCS, lights always when you're going to hyperjump because it will be dark, usually. And release. It does lift off very, very slowly. And then normally right there, I would get ready with the hyperspace engine. I already have the drive controls unlocked. Just get ready to press it. And then press it for the target. Dump the engines, and you're fine. Of course, I'm trying to not lose an entire spaceship. Here it goes! Oh! Oh. Yeah, it does not work within the atmosphere, in the slightest. But there you have it. There's the Orion space engine. If you need any more tutorials on using the hyperspace mod with existing hyperspace endpoints and then docking to the ship, both with the command pod and a fuel module or a science module or what have you, just let me know and I will get right on that. So that'll do it for today's episode. I'd like to thank you for watching. My name is JP, and I will see you next time with more Kerbal Space Program.